Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Park Yoga. I'm Alice from Park Yoga Bournemouth, and we have these sessions as a registered charity to bring connection both with ourselves, with each other, with the community, and with nature for well-being and receiving the benefits of yoga and nature, the parks. So for now, we hope you're joining us in your garden or enjoying this garden from your home space and the connection and yoga we share. So we recommend that if you're under the care of a medical practitioner, that you check whether this session is advisable for you. There are exceptions. So if you're pregnant, we recommend that you don't do these classes and that you attend a pregnancy yoga class with a specialist yoga practitioner for pregnancy. And these sessions are free. If you would love to support Park Yoga, a registered charity, then please do visit www.parkyoga.co/donate. And we'd also love for you to share your images of you and your family, your friends, doing your park yoga. So if you would like to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, please do. And our Instagram handle is @parkyogauk. So in today's session, we are going to explore using the strength of the lower half of the body to support opening upper back bends. So really it will be a whole body workout. And as ever, please listen to your body's needs. I will offer variations and I'll also invite a checking in with how is this in your body, so that really the practice serves you. So being your own authority in the practice. All right, so let's begin. So the hands can come on the knees, or you can place them in the lap. You can explore palms downwards for a sense of grounding, or palms upwards for a sense of openness, receptivity, as you feel. Give a little weight through the sit bones. If you find the lower back is rounding, you might like to have a cushion or a blanket under the pelvis, under the sit bones. Take a full breath into the belly. Sense the breath moving up through the ribs, expanding. Breathing up into the chest. And finding space in the back of the neck. Each breath. Full, slow exhale and full, slow inhale. Welcoming your whole self to the practice. Bringing the palms to heart center. Opening the eyes, interlace the fingers, press the palms away, and bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Right hand comes to the right side. Turn the palm over, lengthening over. Reach long. And then turning the chest upwards towards the sky. Opening up through the ribs, the side body, all the way into the hip. You might feel the stretch. Back through center. Sweep the arms up. Left hand down. Reach long. Opening up through the ribs. And then turning the chest. Basking in the sunshine. Lifting the chest. So you even get a subtle back bend here. Keep rooting through the base. So if you find your hip lifts up, bring your arm back to the point that you can ground through the hip. And back down. Hands to the knees. And just gently taking the torso to the side, to the front. Keep breathing to the left. Round through the back. Tailbone tucks under, chin to the chest. So here you can really feel into how your body wants to move. So you can go slower in some parts. Get the breath. Bring opening. Change direction. So warming up the back. Massaging into abdominals, digestive system. Waking up the body. Fantastic. Let's take the legs out. And here, hands come back behind so we can lean into them. This is just a gentle wiggle. So shaking the legs, and as you shake the legs from the feet, see if you can feel that shake all the way up into the hips so they get really loose. And then we'll come on to the fours. And most of you will be familiar with cat-cow. Tucking the tailbone under, chin towards the chest. Exhaling fully. Inhale, tilt the pelvis in the opposite direction, beginning at the tailbone, lengthen long, lift the chest, looking up. The tailbone, exhale, under. Chin to the chest. And you can make this more dynamic here. If you want a real stretch through the shoulders, press firmly through those spread hands, those palms, they'll arch up. Draw the belly button into the spine. Relax the belly down. Opening up. One last time. And then circling through the hips. And you might take the knees wide for this. You might bring the bottom back towards the heels. You might lengthen your stance, bring the hips down. So really it's a free form movement just to open up around the pelvis, lower back. With the hands under the shoulders, we can do the same. We can barrel roll the chest in one direction and the other. Think of yourself as kind of snake-like, animal-like, as you warm up the body, any way you feel. And you might even want to bring a lifting of an arm into it, evening it up. One side, then the other. Opening up. Breast supports. You could bring a leg stretch in there as well. With that leg stretch, you really press through the heel to awaken the back of the calf. And then big toes together, knees wide. We'll take a dynamic child's pose. So we tent the fingertips. They look like little tents or spiders. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, chin to the mat, looking ahead. If that's not comfortable, you can bring the forehead to the mat. Draw the shoulder blades actively down the back and the arms are active. Good. Onto all fours and then into our downward facing dog. So we'll make this a mobile down dog, bending one knee then the other, root through the hands, send the tailbone up and back, belly towards the thumbs. Good. One breath here, and then walk your feet towards the hands. Take hold of opposite elbows, draw the elbows down, gently press through the backs of the legs. And then roll upwards, strong legs. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. So for our warmer, we'll take our sun salutations. So right, round one, we'll go, I'll introduce some variations as we go along. So round one will be the gentlest, and again, move at your own pace. So there's no rush to keep up. Seat comfortably close together. And already here we're lengthening up, so we can lift through the arches of the feet. So you can sense if you roll the arches in, there's a kind of a collapse that happens. If we lift the inside of the feet, spread the toes, that immediately connects all the way up into pelvic floor, and the torso lifts and lengthens. Hands to the heart, inhale. And looking up, slight upper back bend. Exhaling. Options to take the arms wide, hinge from the hips, have that lumbar curve, bend the knees as deeply as you need to. Or you can roll down. Fingertips either side of the toes. Take a breath. Bring the hands to the shins, halfway lift, looking ahead. Press gently through the back of the legs, waking up the back of the legs. Exhale. Inhale, left foot far back. Round one, left knee to the ground. And here we'll just bring a gentle movement, opening up through the hips. Sinking the hips down, drawing them back. Sinking down, drawing them back. And we can lift the chest, opening the chest. And then exhale, bring the torso towards that leg so we get a stretch through the back. Lift the back knee, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees to the ground. So as we bring the hands onto the shoulders, for some of us, and I'll demonstrate first, we're going to come into baby cobra in a moment. As we come to the ground, some of us may be building upper body and core strength. So if that's the case for you, we'll bring elbows under the shoulders. And we're going to press firmly through the forearms, press through the heels, and we're going to slide down. And the navel draws in, we're rooting through the legs, so we're not collapsing down. To the best of our ability, whatever's available today. For those of you who this is feasible, we just keep the pelvis slightly raised, bring the chest between the hands, knees are on the mat, and we roll down onto the belly that way. Hands are under the shoulders, lift the head, the neck, the chest, let's bring the tops of the feet to the ground. Draw the elbows back. Exhale, lower the head. Coming back up either onto all fours, so on the forearms again, or we can come back up to down dog. Inhale, left foot through, back knee to the ground. And again, if that left foot needs help through, picking it up with a hand or wriggling it forward. Sinking down, breath through the hips, drawing back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The other fingertips might bring more space. Back foot to meet front. Forward fold. Breathe all the way down the spine. So from that support of the legs, we let the upper body release down, shaking the head. Maybe a sigh. Strong legs, and we either roll up, drawing the navel in, or sweep wide, come all the way up. Greet the sun. Exhale, hands to the heart. So basking in the energy of that movement, that sun salutation, just as you would bask in the heat of the sun. Round 2. Inhale up. And this time either sweeping wide, rolling down, or arms alongside the ears if that feels okay for the back. Strong legs, forward fold. Hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, right foot far back. Option to bring the knee to the ground or keep it lifted. Draw that thigh in towards you. So we're active through the legs, active through that back leg too. So we wrap the thigh muscles around the thigh bones. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press firmly between hands and feet equally. Spine is long, relax the head long between the arms. Lift up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees and draw the belly to the thighs. Slightly different variation. Lower the heels toward the ground. Again, that movement, knees, chest, chin. Come onto the forearms if you need to. Roll the belly, lift the head, the neck, the chest. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot through between the hands. And if it needs help, bring it through. Active through that back leg. Rather than the hips just sinking down, we're active through the leg and the hips sink down. Draw the front thigh in, inhale. Exhale, back foot to meet front. And sweeping up or arms alongside the ears. Inhale up. Exhale. And let's take hands to the shins, forward fold. This time palms come to the back of the legs. Bend the elbows, take them out to the side and gently draw the torso towards the shins. Hands either side of the feet. Left foot far back. And here there's the option to bring the left knee to the ground or lift it. We're going to turn, so you might want to plant that left hand. Some of you might have a hook or a block underneath there, or simply the hand on the ground or a fist. Belly draws in and we rotate our belly towards the right thigh. Right hand comes to the sacrum, roll the shoulder open. Strong through the back leg. Maybe the arm lifts. You can look down, sideways or up. Breathe. Exhale, back down. Lengthen long onto the fingertips. So in your spine, finding length and space. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Roll the belly, lift the head, the neck, the chest. Exhale, belly. Left foot through between the hands. Find your length. Thighs draw to the midline. And same again. Left arm either left palm to the sacrum or up into the air. You can look down, sideways or up. Your back knee might be to the ground. Just choosing the variation that is most useful. Opening shoulder, spinal twist. With balance or two. And breathing back down. Left foot to meet front. And sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. This time we draw the hands down the midline of the body. Fold forward, bend the knees if you need to. Strong legs. Hands either side of the feet. Back to all fours. And we start to work with those glute strengtheners. We're starting to engage through the pelvic floor. So we draw in as if we're trying not to break wind, not to weave. We draw it in and up through the pelvic floor. Just a little. You can play with switching on the pelvic floor, maybe 20%, 15%. Hands are under the shoulders. And then engage through the navel slightly. So rather than navel collapsing down, find a little support. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. And then briefly, just slide the body weight forward slightly ahead of the shoulders, navel supporting, and back, pelvic floor drawing in. So it's like we have this brace inside of that abdominal support, core support, pelvic floor drawing in, diaphragm at the top of our barrel, as it were. Stabilizing muscles are our back, and also any movement, most movement comes from that. Through center. Left leg long, and notice if the hip dips down, bring it back through center. Pelvis is level. If it's strong on the wrists, you can bring the hands to the ground. Potentially come to the forearms as well. Down, other side. And long. See if you can have a sense of the connective tissue in the body, the fascia, so that when we stretch that right heel back, we're lengthening and stretching through the whole body. Where else can you feel the lengthening? So from here, left leg, core support. From the buttock, we're going to squeeze up, and we're going to do it about 10 times, slow and smooth. Flex my ankle, my hip crest is pointing downwards, pelvis is level, breathing, core support. It's coming from the buttock. Opposite side. And 10 here. Awareness to breath, sensations in the body. And 1. If you want to, you can take a stretch out in downward facing dog or child's pose. Bring the knees to the ground, take a stretch through the upper body. Just briefly circle through the elbows and the wrists. And then again, any move that feels natural. Just like when we yawn, we take a stretch without even thinking about it. Back onto all fours. This time, with the glutes, we're going to bend the knee and again up from the buttock. And the knee might want to open up out to the side, but we're going to keep those thighs parallel. And again, 10. Slow and controlled. Engage and present. Chest can lift, or you can look down. If the chest lifts, we're getting a bit more of an upper back bend. And chest open. If your lower back feels like it's fatiguing or if it's over compressing, we can make that a little less deep. Or we can see, well, can I bring the core in more? Can I draw the navel in, the pelvic floor? Opposite leg. Then again, bend the knee, so you're pressing the back of the thigh upwards, foot up towards the sky. And again, there might be a rolling. We're going to keep it level and think up, up, up. Working the glutes, which really are a part of that core support. and back down. If you feel too downward facing dog or into child's pose, stretch out. If you're in child's pose, it can be nice to press the hands firmly to the ground and send the tailbone back to get a spinal stretch. So here, variations, again, that core support. So if we're building our balance, we might start with, we might have tops of feet to the ground or curled under, depending on what feels most stable. If the tops of the feet are to the ground, press through the shins. That can really help bring support. Lift the left arm, lift the chest, lifting the head. Reaching the arm from the socket. More support. And we're minimizing rolling in the torso. So we're building stability on the side. So you may stay with arm, then leg. Or you might bring the two together. So bringing in your right leg from the glutes to the left and the left arm back down. And opposite side. So we'll keep going with this. For those of you, you might be alternating doing the arm, bringing the arms down, and then doing the legs. Awareness to that back bend with the core support. Pelvic floor, full breath, and having fun with it, and enjoying the experiment, being in a body. You might feel the front of the hip opening up as you press up. Back down, evening it up. Needs to be one more either side. Take a cat cow here. We're again rolling through the hips, or a snake or a wriggle. And then I'll show you the next variation. So here, tops of feet flat to the ground. I'm going to bring my right foot up. And again, we might work alternatively, one arm, then one leg, just as we did before. Or I reach my left arm back into the air behind me and opening up the chest, keeping the pelvis level, opening up that right root back. Again, for some of us, we might have a move down and reach back, arm down, and then the leg. See how my pelvis wanted to roll, so I bring it back. So we're really sensing in, do I feel balanced and steady? If not, what can I do to bring that in? Other side. Different variations to push, pressing that back chin, reaching lift. Opposite side. Which one did I do? I just did that, didn't I? There we go. Just evening out. We've got two balanced sides. And then let's take either a downward facing dog or a child's pose as you feel. Walk the feet towards the hands. So if you're in child's pose, come into down dog, then walk feet to the hands. Strong legs, interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the palms together, lift them up over the head. Just doing a massage to the shoulders. Relax the head and neck. And then sweep or roll up. Exhale, hands together. relax, and then scan the body. You might feel more of an engagement and more of a sense of enlivenment through the legs, lower back, chest is open. So we come one last time into the next variation. Stretching up. Relax the shoulders down. Either arms alongside the ears, strong legs. You can bend the knees, sweep all the way down. Downward facing dog. And then from here, plank. Shoulders over elbows over wrists, and the waist is in line with the shoulders. It's not dipping down, and the bottom's not popping up. We're active through the legs. Or variation, knees come to the ground. And again, notice the tendency of the abdominals to collapse, perhaps to engage. We're working the upper body and the core. Then full plank. Again, active through the legs. Sending that tailbone back. Glutes engage. Same as the knees on the ground. Really drawing the abdominals in. Chest, chin to the ground. Roll the belly, the head and neck to the chest. Forehead to the ground. Tops of feet flat to the ground. Inhale, lift head, neck, chest. Press the thighs to the ground, feet to the ground. Gentle pressure through the hands, feeling the torso upwards. To whatever degree feels useful. If your shoulders are hunching up to the ears, bend the elbows and release back down until you feel an opening. So where the back bend is coming all the way from the feet. There's a curve. And lift and look up. Again, some of this might be down here. Glutes supporting the back, so they're switched on, and see what percentage feels useful. You don't need to be rock hard, over efforting. Just bring some space and relaxation. Get down. Reach the arms back behind you. Lift the head and neck to chest. We're working the lower back muscles here. Again, legs are strong, press into the ground. Glute support, pelvic floor support. And reach back. 10, 9. Some of us might just be holding it. Working the muscle either side of the lower back. Release, cheek to one side, arms relax. Shake through the hips, through the lower back. Once come under the shoulders. The toes. You can come back up by a plank or half plank if you wish, or come straight into downward facing dog. Awareness to the core. Into all fours. So this final aspect of this variation, so we've been building up to a raised bow. So again, I'll demonstrate variations. So we might do one arm, one leg even, and then one arm reaching back, so just as we did before. And then chest is facing forward, hip press down. We might take the variation where we reach back. Or we might reach back and take hold of an ankle. If we do, I'm going to bring my back foot to the ground because that feels more stable pressing through the shin. Here, press the ankle into the hand, drawing the hand backwards, drawing the foot backwards, opening up. Then That right knee might want to roll outwards. We're going to stay neutral through the pelvis, opening up the hip and the chest, creating a bow all the way on the spine. Core support. The lower back is supported, and from that rootedness in the base of the body, we have the opening in the upper half of the body. In, back down. Remember just to receive the effects of that. So in yoga, we sometimes call it the rebound effect. So we have the asana, and then after the asana, there's also kind of a secondary release of prana, we might call it, an energy of body receiving, the body, the heart, the mind receiving the benefits. Receiving. And then back. So it's really like savoring. Just as you might savor the sunshine or some delicious food. Opposite leg. Choosing a variation that is going to be most useful for your body. So what's your body sharing? And into that variation, taking core support, engagement through glutes, pelvic floor. Thigh pressing up on that back leg. Pressing the foot into the hand, ankle into the hand. These moment-to-moment unfoldings, deeper and deeper into the asana in some way, shape or form. Through our presence. So you might come to child's pose, downward facing dog as you feel. And then from here, downward facing dog. Lifting the feet all the way to the hands, taking on of opposite elbows, and again, releasing down the spine, soft belly. You might sigh out, or simply breathe out a long exhale. Fingertips come to the mat, and walk the hands around to the far left, lean into your right hip. If you find you're overstraining, walk the hands back a little closer to your left foot. Relax the head. You might feel this stretch in the hips, in the back, in the glutes. Back of the right leg, the left leg. And around to the other side, to the far right, leaning into your left hip. Particularly waking up the back of the left leg, all the way around the outside to the glutes. Back through center. Arms come back behind us, into legs. And strong legs. You can release the hands if you want to. You can bend the knees and draw upwards, lifting the chest upwards. Inhale. So releasing the hands, and we'll bring in another strengthener. Feet under the hips, a hip width distance apart, and we're going to squat. So hands can be on the hips, and we send the weight back. Imagine that you have a beach ball or a block between the thighs. So the knees will want to roll in. We're going to actively press to the outside of the thighs. So again, hands can be at the hips. We can squeeze up. You might bring the arms up overhead, squeeze the glutes on the way up. You might even look up If you prefer, you can bring the hands to the heart. Root down through the heels, tailbone lengthening back. We're not tucking under. Wrap the thigh muscles and the glutes around the bones. Pelvic floor supports. Good. If you want, you can play with bear clawing the hands, opening the shoulders. Again, remembering that beach ball, that block between the thighs. So go slow and steady. Chest is lifting. Shoulder blades squeeze together if you're going with this variation. Otherwise, hands to the heart. Squeezing up. Coming up one last time. From here to the front of the mat. And then from here, sweep up. Wide. Left foot far back. Left knee may come to the ground, or it may remain lifted. Either way, so I'll do the variation first. So first version, hands come to the thighs, not onto the knee, and press up. Here may be enough, just a gentle pressing. Engage through the core, navel in, pelvic floor in and up. Squeeze the thighs to the midline. Have that glute support for the back. So that might be enough of a back bend. And see if, without it being rigid, see if you can find in your own body a sense of, as you press through the hands, an uplift, a lengthening, space in the back of the neck. Alternatively, we might bring the hands up, lifting up. Exhale down. Down dog. And then left foot through. And version 1. Squeezing in. Again, you might come to the side. And then also that you could bring your back foot to the ground, press through the shin. That might feel more stable. Down. Downward facing dog. Last plank or half plank of the session, as you feel. Connection to that core energy, that core fire. These heat generating practices. Downward facing dog. Left foot through. Again, you can come into that first version that we did, or lift the back knee, squeeze the thighs together, come up into a high lunge. Sink the hips down. Your front knee is tracking slightly over kind of the third, fourth toe, or slightly out from the hip. Plug the hip sockets in, thigh bones into the hip sockets. Hands to hips may be enough. Feel that stretch in the right hip, active through that back knee. You might want to dip, we're going to press up. Really working through the strength of the lower half of the body to open up, perhaps the hands to the heart, perhaps up, or you might even take them back and play with up. Play with up and then back. So enjoy the wobbles, keep activating. So the wobbles tell us we're working our edge. So squeeze the thighs to the midline. You might bring inlets, palms together. Lifting up. One last lift. And back down. Downward facing dog. This time let's open up through the hip, left leg up. Extend long, root through the hands. Maybe we bend the knee and stack left hip on top of right. We might even look under our right armpit or over our right shoulder to the foot dangling in the air. Back down. Opposite side. Root through the standing leg so we get a good stretch on the inside seam of the standing leg too, while we open right hip. Back down. Opposite leg through, right leg through. Again, back knee might be on the ground. You might have top of back foot on the ground. You might come up via the thigh. You're choosing the variation. Use the thighs to the midline. So using that strength of the leg. Flag, thigh bones in, sink down. Front knee is over the ankle. Back leg active. A good psoas stretch here, which connects to the low back, through the pelvis to the front of the thigh bone. Again. Look upwards or look ahead. The hands reach back, opening the chest. You can play with spaciousness in the hands. They're not stiff. Strong legs. Lift through the arches of the feet. So your legs are really working here. Reach back. Shoulder blades draw together. Relax shoulders down. Navel draws in. Lifting up, sinking down. Perhaps we have the interlaced fingers. Perhaps not. And one last lift. Back. One downward facing dog. Knees lower into child's pose. You might stack the hands here. Rest the forehead on the hands perhaps, or on the ground. Slowly walking the hands up. So again, basking in the effects of the practice as you would the sunshine. And to lie on our back. We'll have the knees into the chest, just a gentle movement. One knee, one side, just rocking. Might even spin the ankles. It's very gentle, not as intuitive. Knees side to side. Back to center, hands come to the shins or towards the shins. Press up and breathe into the lower back. Draw the navel in and lift the chest up. Then curl the head in towards the knee. Back down. You can repeat that one more time if you feel to. Pressing up through the shins. Arms come out to the sides. Take the knees to the right. And the head turns to the left. If your left shoulder pops up, bend the elbows, soften down. If it's strong with the knees up closer towards you, take them further down towards the hips. See what feels useful. Breathing into this abdominal twist and twist through the spine. Feel the ground underneath you supporting, and really relax your legs. Let them get heavy to the ground. Relax your shoulders. Back through center. Knees to the opposite side. Head might turn same direction or opposite. Bring your knees back through center. Extend the left leg long. Drag the right knee up to the chest. Right arm out to the side. And gently take the left leg across the body. Breathing into the hip, the groin, outside thigh. Wherever you're feeling a stretch. Back through center. Extend the right leg long. Left arm out to the side. Draw the left knee up to the right hand. And then draw it across the body. Slightly so you feel that stretch and release. You might feel it more in the lower back. Back through center. Reach both the arms long. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Breathe in. Squeeze every muscle tight. Curl the toes. And release. Little shake through the arms and the legs. Arms can relax down by the sides of the body, slightly away from the body. Soft breath through the feet, toes, relaxing calves and shins, knees, thighs. Soft breath to the belly, the ribs, the chest, the arms and palms. Breathing all the way through the muscles of the lower back, upper back, into the shoulders and neck. One breath from the tailbone all the way along the spine, up into the skull, up to the crown of the head. Relax the jaw, the lips and cheeks and eyes. Relax brow and scalp and crown. The whole body resting. The whole being resting. Deep breath. Taking a full breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Gently the body awakens. Any natural movement that comes. Stay resting within as you roll onto the left side of the body. Take the time. And then gradually coming up to a comfortable seated position. Finding the natural alignment of the spine. On the in-breath, breathing up. Feeling the strength of the base of the body, how grounded the base is as you root down through the sit bones. Relax the pelvic floor. And then breathe out long through the spine. Lift the chest, lift the crown of the head. So from that grounded base, those roots, there's a lifting and opening. You might feel to place the hands on the knees or in the lap. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Relaxing into your beingness. Feel the breath, like a celebration moving through the body. Hands may stay where they are, or you might like to bring them, thumbs to the sternum. Again, that's centering, aligning, a symbol of union, balance. And thanking yourselves and everyone who is connected through here, sharing in this practice. Thank you from myself, Alice of Park Yoga Bournemouth. And we wish you a beautiful rest of day. Please feel free to join us again every Sunday, 9:30 on Facebook. And these sessions are free. If you would like to support the charity, then please visit www.parkyoga.co/donate. Please share this practice with your friends, your family, loved ones, anyone who you feel might benefit. And as I said before, please send us pictures of you sharing in this practice. We can all stay connected, even from afar. Thank you very much. Namaste.